Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this live video. It is exciting to be back for this live video because right now India have beaten Bangladesh 2-0 in the FIFA World Cup qualifier 2022, and also it is a qualifier for the AFC Asian Cup, which is to be held in the following year. So, lots to talk about from this game. India eventually winning 2-0, but a spirited performance even from Bangladesh. Their defense was put under the test. India did not quite convert a lot of the chances that they had, but eventually it was that man again, Sunil Chetri, coming to the party. So, welcome to Niche Sports, and we are very excited to talk about India's performance today. And with me, joining me today is Akash. Akash wearing the India jersey, not the Spanish jersey, I see, and quite fitting today as well.
Yes, indeed. I think it's a lucky charm as well. I think uh, the next time I watch India play, I'm gonna make sure that I'm wearing the same jersey. So definitely, it was a wonderful game to watch. I would also go on to say that the score line is not the true reflection of the entire game. India were totally dominant. Could have easily scored at least three more goals, at least two in the first half. There was a blatant penalty that the referee somehow ignored, and I feel we should have scored at least three goals, but a dominant performance nonetheless.
Absolutely dominant. And considering the fact that India lost out on a few chances, what do you have to say about that? Because definitely they could have been, we could be in hindsight 3-0, at least 3-0.
Exactly. I mean, end of the first half, we should have at least scored minimum two goals, and that goes on to show that there is still a lot of work to be done when it comes to finishing. There is only one player in this team who you can say is a world-class finisher, and that's definitely the captain, Chetri. And apart from that, that is one area of concern that I think the coach might also have in his mind, that you need someone who can finish off those chances. Brandon Fernandez was fantastic in the midfield along with Glenn, who were creating chances, who were also acting as a shield in front of the back four. But again, as you said, we have not been we in the last game as well. We sort of missed out on that crucial goal against Qatar, which could have been an equalizer. But as they say, we look at the brighter side, and then hopefully we convert more chances in the next game.
Yes, exactly. But considering the names that you mentioned, obviously Brandon Fernandez contributing very well. There was also a very good clearance from the Bangladesh defense in the first half.
Yes.
Otherwise, India could have had that goal. Otherwise, it was for all practical purposes the ball was in. To be very honest.
It was, and I'm surprised there's no VAR in the World Cup qualifiers. I was thinking that they must be using this technology because it's being used all across Europe in the top leagues. But regardless, I think it was a brilliant clearance by the Bangladeshi defender from right on the line. And not sure if the goal line technology would have come into play there, if at all it was being used over there. As you said, Bangladesh definitely they've come a long way. They've had their own journey under the current manager, and they might be ranked 185th at this point in time, but they've had their fair share of growth and development of the past few years, and they were tough to break. If you saw the first half, it was difficult to break them down defensively, and they were looking dangerous also on a few counters. So overall, I would say Bangladesh do have a few positives as well to take away from the game. But again, India just edged them out.
Exactly, but it's a very good observation because considering what the Indian coach, said in the lead up to the game, he said that this Bangladesh team can be quite irritating, and Bangladesh fans shouldn't take it the wrong way because we've got that history in cricket. But he said it
Right.
in a good way. It's because you try and try and try against this defense, and they keep blocking
Exactly.
you. So in a sense,
Exactly.
it was quite a compliment to this team, and in a sense, they also lived up to it today.
They did, and if you remember the last time we played Bangladesh at Salt Lake Stadium, they were a very good organized. They're a very compact unit when they defend in a very compact shape. They have a very good shape going forward as well sometimes. but defensively they are really good under the current manager. And a lot of critics were hoping that this would be a repeat of the India Bangladesh game the last time we played them. So thankfully, it was not the same. We came out as the winning team. Having said that, again, Bangladesh not taking away their defensive capabilities in the first half. Again, I think that the goals that they conceded was towards the end of the second half, which is quite natural. They looked tired, perhaps
He did,
lack of
yes.
match fitness there. And then that is where I think Chetri capitalized in the form of that one header that he scored, and then that finish of his right foot. So yeah.
Exactly. All's well that ends well, but obviously India will have to introspect on the chances they missed. Now we've got some questions. One of them is India's last win was in 2019. Do you guys? We've got it from Yash here. We have it on screen. India's last win was in 2019. Do you guys think we are too desperate to win and taking excess pressure because there were so many chances which should have been converted?
I personally feel under this manager, under Igor Stimac, we have been a more attacking team. Yeah, we have been a more creative team. Rather, I mean, if you compare it with the previous manager, Constantine, we were more defensive. He got the results, yes, but you never saw Brandon Fernandez or Glenn, or for that matter, the new centre back, not the new centre back, but he has been playing a lot of games this year. Konsham, if you noticed. So he likes to give youngsters, a lot of youngsters, their fair share of chance to play for the national team, and that is where I feel he's doing the right thing. He's giving the youngsters their chance. We are going for the kill rather than sitting back and defending. That is how we should be playing. I mean, there is a lot of talent in that team. There is a lot of scope for improvement, of course. But when you look at the players coming on as well in the second half, Liston Kolako and then Khalid, and then there were so many players on the bench that coach has not used yet. So there's a lot of firepower definitely available with India. But again, there's this lack of finishing, or you could say a little bit of match experience that is lacking. So all of that taken, I mean, if you look at it from a bigger perspective, I think this is the right thing to do at this point in time, going for the win and then being aggressive on the pitch. But again, you have to take it game by game. Against Qatar, we could not definitely play like this. Against teams like Bangladesh, Afghanistan, there has to be a certain change in tactics.
Now, there's a question from Antariksh, which says your views on Ashik. That is one. And secondly, he also says the impact of ISL can be seen when it comes to defense, but when it comes to attack, we still look toothless at times.
Ashik definitely, after coming on as a sub in the second half, had this impact on on his left hand side. He was playing as a left back, if I'm not wrong, and he can play as a left midfielder as well on the left hand side of the midfield. So he has got that attacking and defensive capability at the same time. Going forward, he is quite good. When it comes to defending the ball, he has done it for his club as well, Bengaluru FC. So definitely a game changer. Ashik Kurnian coming up with that assist as well for Chetri. And I think he should be starting more games on the left hand side, rather coming on as a sub. But the coach knows better. So this is just an observation from my end. Coming to the second question regarding defensive reinforcements coming out of ISL, yes, we've had. Right now, we've got some very good defenders. Adel Khan, Sandesh Shingan, very strong centre backs. The kind of centre backs you would want to have on your side. Again, attacking. I mean, when you talk about the attacking capabilities, there's not a lot of. You could say in the long run, there is not a lot of options available at Sunil Chetri's level at this point in time. But yes, you could see, as I said, a lot of young players coming in the second half in the form of Kolako, And there's Manveer Singh who went on, was sub later on, but I feel he has a lot of potential as well as a holding player, as a holding center forward. So a lot of attacking players that are in the pipeline, and I feel they just lack that composure and finishing, which I think will come with time.
So we've got a question from Subbi, which is, are you guys watching the Germany Latvia game? I think we are going to go and do that right now after a while. Akash, what do you
Yeah,
think? I think that's on the menu.
yeah, for sure. I mean, Germany look very strong. This I think is the senior national team, not the under 21 side. I'm assuming. So
Under
yes,
21
yeah,
game was last night. Germany
last
beat
night.
Portugal in the final.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So definitely, Germany are the team to look at, and we definitely will be looking at how they perform.
Exactly. And now I must tell all the viewers, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon for all the updates. Now, also, what we have to remember is that the Euros are starting. So we are going to cover that as well. Now, why we are doing this particular video is because, yes, we talk a lot about European football, but at the same time, we also have to focus and support our own boys who are giving it everything. Yes, there is a gulf between us and the bigger teams, but at some stage, I'm sure we'll be able to bridge the gap, and that will only come if we all support them. So we've got Dibyendu who's saying Liston is playing, is not on the ball and he's playing bad. We've got to go and see the game and and make a call on that. But now also now talking about one more question, what are the chances of India moving forward for the World Cup and for the Asia Cup qualifiers? Now, my view, I'll put it out before I come to you, Akash. I think World Cup is a little too far fetched, but AFC Asian Cup is something definitely India can aim. They qualified in 2011. They played it in 2019. 2019, they played with a lot of spirit, in fact, but it was just that too much defense, and then in the
Right,
last minutes of the game, they missed out on going through. That was again a
right.
shot in the arm. Now, moving forward, I think AFC Asian Cup definitely is a more realistic target. What do you have to
Yes,
say?
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. We always Indian football fans always have this cliched statement or other quote coming out that I want to see India playing in the World Cup before I die. Every Indian's dream is to football fans at least wants to see the national team play on the biggest stage. But in my humble opinion, that is now how it works. You have to take one step at a time. Uh, that one step right now is to establish yourself uh, as a regional team who are quite good within that specific region. So now, first of all, we have to be the best team in Southeast Asia at least. Uh, we struggle to break down teams like Bangladesh sometimes. Although this game we did, win comfortably, but there have been so many occasions where we haven't been able to break down teams who are ranked lower than us at sort of when it comes to overall quality are also on the lower side. So we have to take it one step at a time, and I feel that is how the approach should be. Yes, I mean we all want India to qualify for the World Cup, but let us start off by making ourselves the regional powerhouse, and then perhaps we can build on that.
Exactly, and anything is possible. Like if you have actually seen the story of Japan, if there is a lot of thought put in, things are possible.
Right.
For a country that is as big as India, it may take a little bit more time. But all at the moment, people like you and me and some of you watching also can do is we can just support these guys, support the ISL,
Exactly.
watch these games, and just encourage them. And yes, there will be, yes, we do enjoy watching European football for that matter, even the South American one, but at the end of the day, our boys, we have to back them as well. So
Exactly.
just to wrap things up now, final question: Afghanistan are up next. They'll have to take this forward and move to Afghanistan in a much more positive way. The finishing has to definitely get a little better for that game. I think the performance will be definitely better against Afghanistan than it was today.
Absolutely. So I think Coach Tima got the starting 11 spot on for this game against Bangladesh. He is going to rotate some players, I feel, if not all of them, obviously. He will definitely bring on Ashik, I feel, in the first 11 against Afghanistan. He will definitely bring on someone like Kolako on the right side. Someone said that Kolako is not quite good on the ball. Uh, I guess they have not seen him play in the ISL. He is. I don't know if they would be able to relate. He is Wilfred Zaha-esque. He dribbles like Wilfred Zaha. He just needs that extra confidence and that extra sort of boost from or that assist or that sort of confidence from his teammates to build up himself as that kind of player. But I do believe he's a very good dribbler of the ball. He is very good with finishing. So I think he will start as well. He didn't get enough minutes in today's game. So there will be a few changes against Afghanistan as well. And I'm confident of a positive result.
Yes, and hopefully it will be someone other than Chetri who scores, so that India.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, because we also have to remember that Chetri is not getting any younger. Is definitely going strong for a 36, 37-year-old. It's really good, but we need to see the next generation taking it forward as well. So hopefully
True.
they come to the party and score for India. Right. So everyone, thank you so much for joining in. As we said, we are just moving into football, trying to do these live videos so that we can interact with you. You can post in your questions and we can answer them. We will be live throughout the Euro 2020, which starts on Saturday. I'm really excited about it. Akash will be joining. Sachin, who's always there with me on cricket shows, will also be there. So we'll have a proper panel, and it is just to have a bit of fun. We don't want to take too much of your time, but just have a little bit of fun by watching a game that we all love. And yes, the cricket coverage on Niche Sports will also continue. So Akash, thank you so much for joining me on this, and I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday.
Thanks, Nishad. It was a pleasure.
Perfect, everyone. Now, just before we go off, hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon for all the updates on YouTube, like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and on LinkedIn, and we will get you a lot more sports content that you will all love. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you so much for logging into these sports.
Thank you. Bye.